Are you being woken up night after night by that sudden, shocking pain of a leg cramp? Do you feel like your legs are getting weaker and it's making you nervous about taking a walk, playing with your grandkids, or just moving around your own home? I want you to hear me on this. This is not something you just have to live with. It is not a mandatory part of getting older. Those agonizing leg cramps and that feeling of weakness that robs you of your confidence in your sleep are not just random signs of aging. They are signals from your body. Your body is telling you that it is missing the critical nutrients it needs to keep your muscles strong and functioning properly. Today, we're going to talk about the 7 essential vitamins and minerals that can help you build real leg strength and finally get a peaceful, cramp-free night's sleep. We will go through each one, explaining its specific job, the best foods to find it in, and how it directly contributes to the health of your legs. The information I'm about to share can be a genuine turning point for your quality of life. And please, stay with me, because the last nutrient on our list is one that recent scientific studies have identified as a major breakthrough for nighttime leg cramps. Yet it's something most people, and even many doctors, have completely overlooked. You are not going to want to miss it. If you are ready to get your strength back and sleep through the night without pain, let's begin. Before we get to our list, let's be very clear about why this matters so much. Leg cramps and muscle weakness are not small problems. They are major life disruptors. A single bad leg cramp at 2 a.m. doesn't just ruin your sleep for a moment. It can leave you feeling drained and foggy the entire next day. And this happens repeatedly. It leads to chronic sleep deprivation, which is devastating for everything from your mood to your immune system and your brain function. Then there is the fear. The fear of a cramp striking while you're walking. The unsteadiness that turns a simple set of stairs into a major hazard. This fear is real, and it often pushes people into being less active. You start saying no to walks, to gardening, to social events. This cycle is so destructive because inactivity makes muscles weaker, which dramatically increases the risk of falls and the loss of your independence. But here is the promise I want you to hold on to. Your body has a powerful, innate ability to get stronger at any age. When you understand what your muscles are asking for, you can give them the exact tools they need to work correctly. This isn't about some magic potion. It's about targeted, science-based nutrition. So let's start with the first nutrient on our list. We start with a mineral you probably associate with the common cold, but its job in your body is so much bigger, especially for your muscles. That mineral is zinc. If you feel like your muscles are weak or take forever to recover after even light activity, a zinc deficiency could be a hidden cause. Here's the problem zinc solves. Zinc is essential for muscle repair and growth. Every time you move, your muscle fibers get tiny microscopic tears. The body's natural repair process is what builds them back stronger. Zinc is like the foreman of this repair crew. It activates the enzymes needed for protein synthesis, the actual process of rebuilding those muscle fibers. Without enough zinc, the whole repair operation slows down, leaving your muscles feeling weak, tired, and chronically sore. Zinc also helps regulate hormones, including testosterone, which is critical for maintaining muscle mass in both men and women. Think of it this way. If you want to build a brick wall, you need protein for the bricks, but you need zinc to be the mason who actually puts the bricks together to make the wall strong. To get enough zinc, focus on your diet. Excellent sources include red meat, shellfish like oysters, and Poultry, if you eat a more plant-based diet, legumes like chickpeas and lentils, nuts like cashews, and seeds like pumpkin seeds are all wonderful sources. While food is always the best source, some people, especially older adults, may have trouble getting or absorbing enough zinc. If this sounds like you, it is critical to speak with your doctor. They can check your levels and see if a supplement is right for you. Never take high-dose zinc supplements on your own, as too much can block the absorption of other important minerals like copper. When you hear calcium, you probably think bones. That's true, but it's only half the picture. Calcium is just as vital for your muscles. If you experience muscle twitches or those tight, seizing cramps, an issue with calcium might be at play. Calcium's job in your muscles is to manage contraction. Here's how it works. When your brain decides to move your leg, it sends an electrical signal to the muscle. This signal tells the muscle cells to open up and let calcium rush in. This flood of calcium is the trigger that makes the muscle fibers contract and create movement. When the work is done, calcium is pumped back out and the muscle relaxes. The problem starts when calcium levels are low. The entire communication system can get staticky. Signals can become haywire, or the relaxation phase doesn't happen correctly. This leads to those involuntary painful contractions we call cramps. So a cramp isn't just a muscle getting stuck. It's often a sign of a nutrient deficiency that's disrupting this precise process. So ensuring you have enough calcium is foundational for preventing cramps. Of course, dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are well-known sources, but there are many fantastic non-dairy sources too. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale are loaded with it. Canned fish with edible bones like sardines and salmon are calcium powerhouses. Fortified foods like some plant milks, orange juices, and cereals can also help you meet your needs. One critical note: calcium does not work alone. Its ability to be absorbed and used by your body depends heavily on another vitamin we'll discuss in just a moment, vitamin D. They work as a team. If you've had a leg cramp, someone has likely told you to eat a banana. The reason for that advice is potassium. Potassium is an electrolyte, which means it carries a small electrical charge, and that charge is essential for the communication between your nerves and your muscles. A low potassium level is a very well-known cause of muscle weakness, spasms, and cramps. Think of your muscles like tiny batteries, holding an electrical potential at rest. Potassium is the key mineral that maintains this balance. When your brain sends a signal to a muscle, potassium ions flow out of the muscle cells. This helps trigger the contraction and then allows the muscle to reset and relax. When you're low on potassium, this finely tuned electrical system gets thrown off. The signals between your brain and muscles become weak or distorted. The contraction-relaxation cycle gets disrupted, leading to those prolonged, painful contractions that just won't release. This shows just how critical this mineral is for every move you make. While a severe deficiency from diet alone is not common, you can lose potassium through excessive sweating, illness, or the use of certain medications like diuretics. So, how do you keep your potassium levels where they need to be? Bananas are good, but other foods are even better. Sweet potatoes are one of the best sources you can eat. Avocados are another excellent choice. Beans and lentils are packed with potassium. And don't forget dark leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard. Making sure your plate is full of these colorful whole foods is your best strategy to maintain a healthy electrolyte balance and keep those awful cramps away. If calcium is the mineral that tells your muscles to contract, magnesium is the mineral that tells them to relax. I want you to think of it as the natural off switch. It is nature's muscle relactant. If you struggle with tight muscles, frequent spasms, and especially those nighttime leg cramps, you need to know about magnesium. Magnesium and calcium are partners in a delicate dance. As we said, when a muscle contracts, calcium flows into the cells. Magnesium's job is to act as a natural calcium blocker. It pushes the calcium back out of the cells after the contraction is finished. This is what allows the muscle to let go and relax. When you don't have enough magnesium, calcium can run wild inside the cells. The on-surf for contraction gets stuck on with no off-surf to provide the balance. This leads to sustained contraction, which you feel as tension, spasms, and painful cramps. And it is no surprise that magnesium deficiency is so tightly linked to these symptoms. Unfortunately, magnesium deficiency is one of the most common nutrient deficiencies in the Western world. Seniors are especially at risk because of changes in diet and a decreased ability to absorb nutrients. The good news is that many healthy foods are rich in magnesium. Dark leafy greens like spinach are at the top of the list. Nuts and seeds, especially almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds, are loaded with it. Legumes like black beans, whole grains like brown rice, avocados, and even high-quality dark chocolate are great sources. For some people with persistent cramps, a supplement may be helpful. As always, it is essential to consult with your healthcare provider. They can help you determine if you need one and in what form, because some are absorbed much better than others. Number 3, vitamin B.